Hi, in this video I'm going to show you the feature rain effects for the product Advanced Master Material for props. This feature offers several rain effects such as raindrops, rain drips, rain spots, and rain ripples. We'll start with rain spots. By default, the first rain effect is raindrops. It also uses the UV of the mesh, so if your mesh is large, you will see some giant raindrops. Once the feature rain spots is enabled, you can either manually set the UV or use world position to easily control the scale. Rain spots often occur on materials that soak up water, such as asphalt or wood. You can adjust the porosity, specular, and roughness of the effect. This time we're going to use raindrops and rain drips. When you have a mesh that isn't flat, it can be useful to use triplanar. This avoids problems with UV, but also ensures that the drips appear automatically only on vertical areas. When using rain effects, the humidity feature is also often used, because if it's raining, the meshes will obviously be humid. So it's important to adjust the two features to get a good look, so you can see the rain effects more easily. Sometimes it can be difficult to see the rain effects in-game. The most important settings are lighting, the scale of the rain effects, their colors, specularity, and roughness. The default settings of specular and roughness are a good start, but it may be useful to exaggerate the scale and color to make them more visible. Here are some examples of rain effects in The Last of Us Part 1 Remake. Depending on the material, the rain drips have a different color to make them stand out and be more visible. It's also a question of artistic direction. Notice also that the rain drips are very big because the scale has been exaggerated to make them more visible, especially from further away. Often in games, the meshes that are flat like ramps, tables, floor don't have raindrops but rain ripples instead. Once again, it's a question of look and artistic direction since this effect rarely occurs in real life, because the surface has to be perfectly flat without any tilt in order for the water to start forming a very thin layer similar to a puddle. So instead of a raindrop, it makes a small ripple on the surface of the water. Back in Unreal Engine, as you can see, the rain effects are difficult to see when the camera angle and lighting are not ideal, and also if you're too far from the mesh. By adjusting the parameters, as explained previously, you can achieve a better look. The parameters of rain drips also allow you to adjust the noise and intensity so that drips flow in less straight lines. There are also parameters for adjusting the speed of the raindrops animation and the speed of the rain drips flow. For surfaces such as walls, you can use rain drips without triplanar, and you can also disable raindrops, which are always enabled by default. Finally, the rain ripples feature, as explained previously, is recommended for flat surfaces with low depth and normal map. For example, on asphalt, this won't work properly due to the depth of the pebbles, so it's better to use the puddles feature instead. Even if roughness and specular are correctly defined, the normal map of the material will give a poor result for rain ripples. However, on the correct type of surface, the look will be just right. Rain ripples also have an integrated limit angle to prevent the effect appearing when the tilt is too extreme. As in the previous tutorial humidity, you can control rain effects in your blueprint with timeline. You can look at the map of examples in the TM folder, then demo, then maps, then open mprops map. As you can see, you have total control over rain effects, allowing you to simulate the start and end of the rain. Here's an example of all the effects at the same time. That's all for this tutorial. If you enjoyed it, leave a like and subscribe to be informed about the next tutorials.